Welcome everybody. Wayne here. Trickle on in, everybody. Trickle on in. Little late getting started, just by a couple minutes though. Don't have my show notes ready. It's mass chaos here in the Hanson household. But you know what? Here we are, ready to rock. Got our Kenny Rogers shirts on. We got our shades on. We got some games on the table. Life is good. So, welcome everybody. Chit chat a little bit before the stream started. What do we got going on in the chat today? Charles, Malta besieged. All right, that's what I need to pick up. Across the Bug River. Yep, that's VUCA Simulations, right? I have Operation Theseus. I need to crack. They sent that to me for a review copy, and then the game that shall not be named. Multiple Siege is excellent. Have played it several times, says Bruce. All right, good to know. Good to know. Welcome, everybody. Trickle on in. Come on into the chat. Come on in. This show is just getting started, baby. We're going to have some fun today. Topic of the day, of course, is Wargame accessories. It's part of the reason I was a little late. I was getting stuff together. I couldn't find a couple things, but I did find a bunch of stuff to show off, stuff I use. We'll talk about that in a little bit once we get rolling here. So, trickle on in, come on in, say hi, everybody. Good to see everybody. Bruce, Charles, Christopher, of course, howdy. Bill Thornton, hello from Southern California. Well, hello from Southwest Missouri. We are at a beautiful fall weather. I have a pumpkin spiced iced coffee here. Picked up some pumpkin spice things for my wife. Yesterday, and I made a little fun little day together, me and her, and baby Vern, of course. But as I've said before, I can't have him on the show anymore because he steals my thunder. So he's banned from the show for now, till he gets less cute. Let's see, what are we at for weather wise? It's beautiful fall weather. It's about 90 degrees right now. Okay, maybe not beautiful fall weather yet, but hey, it is what it is when you live here up north where I used to live. It was 72 right now. Okay, yeah, that's too bad. Of course, middle of winter, when it's 45 here, it's about 45 below there. So, slight exaggeration. All right. Hello, everybody. Christopher's about to sip on some Rooibos tea. Stuff is too darn good. I don't know what that is, first off. Or if you check the... over here. Sorry, can't hear you over my freedom. We don't drink tea here, but coffee it is, baby. Freedom coffee. Freedom fries. Freedom toast. Things like that. Things of that nature here on this channel. But yeah, maybe like a chai tea, like a good chai tea, right? But then again, it's got that cinnamon, right? Cinnamon flavor, which of course I like. Obviously, if I'm drinking pumpkin spice over here, try to make it seem like fall. So, all right. Well, welcome everybody who's trickled in. Oh, we got a bunch of people in already. Show just started. We got a bunch of people. Yeah, come on in, everybody. Come on in. So, all right. Daniel, nice to see you. I feel like I hadn't seen you in a couple weeks. Day off work, so I can make it to the chat. Oh, hey, you're at work. I get it. So, welcome though. Normally you're at work, and today you're not. So, congratulations, having a day off work. It's Friday. We all made it. We made it to the weekend. Nice glasses. Thank you. I was trying to find some aviators. I couldn't find my aviators. I think when I actually became a cop, I threw away my aviators because I didn't want to fit into that stereotype too much. But I'm kind of channeling a little Kenny Rogers today. So, the gambler himself. Trying to channel a little bit. Plus, the sun's shining in right here. And I need the light because I like the natural light more than turning the lights on or anything. But thank you, Daniel. You get +1 for you. When I go through my next time, I get pissed off and I start threatening to ban people. You get a mulligan. You get a get out of jail free card. Or if I ever pull you over speeding. So if you're ever in America speeding near me, I'll let you off with a warning. Tom, howdy. Wayne, yeah, I'm working. Come on, guys. I'm working. Coffee drunked. Next Gatorade Zero. Nice. Yep. Lime cucumber. Ooh, green one. You gotta go by the colors though, Charles. Can't go by the flavor. You don't call like fruit punch, whatever. You gotta be like the red one, the blue one, the green one, the yellow one. I think that's yellow, right? I think I might have said green. That's yellow, right? The lime cucumber. Maybe. Anyway. All right. All right. Trickle on in, everybody. Great to see everybody. It needed the show today. It's been a good day, been a good couple days, a good week since the last one, but just I love the show. I love doing it. So, all right. So what do we got? So today, we'll be talking about board game accessories, war game accessories. I got a whole bunch spread out here, even some more I couldn't dig out or I forgot. I'm sure we'll be talking. I'll go, oh yeah, I got those too. But for now, before we get into that, of course, do a little channel briefing. Again, I didn't do my notes for the show, so it's be a little more free form than usual. So apologies. I never claimed to be professional here, so just relax, okay? What do we got? What have we been on the channel? So what did I talk about last week, guys? I talked about the fact that finished Save South Vietnam. Ooh, Vultures lead the way, right? So check and then I'm checking the channel right now. I'm looking at the content. I said no notes, so it just flows so well when you don't have your notes ready. Finished up all my Storming the Gap stuff when the and the Game Found Right finished which finished with a lot of money. So congrats to Lock and Load for that. Can't wait to get my copy of the game, which I did pledge for myself. Vultures lead the way. I got the recon up, and the game is on the table. So if you kind of look right there, I actually have the game set up right now. So I was just on the old Facebook earlier talking to Herman Lutman, Evil Genius himself, saying, hey, I got the game set up. I was drinking my coffee, which this is another coffee. I had a hot coffee in the morning to wake up. Then I worked out, ate something, and then I'll have my cold coffee and showered and all that, of course, and watching you guys. I'm watching you guys with my Kenny Rogers shirt on, so. Green, they all mix well with tequila. Fair enough, Charles. Chris, I like the one that looks like a windshield washer fluid. So far, so good, if not mistaken them. Yeah. What's the one that's sweet? Is it coolant, right? Is that what it is? Like engine coolant? Is that what's sweet or something? So like, be careful on that. Windshield wiper fluid, washer fluid. I don't know if that's actually sweet or not. Let's get someone to go try it and let us know. Report back next week if you live. So, Mo, howdy, good to see you. All right. So, what was I rambling on about? Well, I was trying to figure out my notes since I didn't have any notes. Trying to figure out what I did. Vultures lead the way. Yep, getting that started, getting that rolling right here, and I will have finally the much asked for, much requested. Constantly, you guys will not leave me alone about it. Random people message me and ask for it, and I'm getting pissed off. So I figured I might as well just do it to shut everybody up. Is my top 6 solitaire war games of 2021. That's right, folks. My most popular video on my channel is my top 6 solitaire war games of 2020. I don't know how many views it has, like 15,000, something like that. Not big time overall, big time for old Wayne Hansen over here. Which, by the way, we're closing in on I don't want to say it out loud because we're gonna have a show on it. We're closing in on 3,000 subscribers. So I think I can basically say we are the largest solitaire wargaming channel on YouTube. Really, we have been for a while. Ever since, guys who really pioneered Derek Single-Handed Warfare kind of stopped making content, we weren't able to catch up and pass them up here. And I just love what you guys have been doing, showing up, chatting. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you don't want to see. Which if you tell me you don't want to see something, I'm going to tell you to get out of here. So, just remember that if you try to your feedback, make it, good timing and make sure I'm in a good mood before you give me feedback. Let me think. What was I rambling on this time? Almost 3,000 subscribers. So we will have a show on that. Maybe do giveaways, stuff like that, random celebration stuff, but we're going to have some fun. Let's see. And then we will, I'm going to cover, let me think. So I cover Vultures, and then I think I'm going to do, I'm undecided. Great Battles of Julius Caesar Deluxe Edition. It's not a solitaire game, right? It's Great Battles of History. You got to play both sides. Hex Encounter. But man, dude, I love this system. And I play this simple Great Battles of History because I'm a simple kind of man. But man, I simply love it. So I'm thinking I may go skip, some other stuff. Sorry, white dog. Hey, I'm doing Vultures. So you guys relax. Michael Kennedy, email me. Don't at me, email me. Um, more people trickling in here. David, howdy. Glenn, accessories, love bling. Gotta love bling. I know you got all kinds of bling, Glenn. I've seen. I was commenting on your post about the plastic 3D printed accessory things for like the Leader series and Warfighter series. Try to get my hands on those. Charles Iceland exercise. Yeah. How about the accessories, right? So hang on a second. You guys know the deal by now. I got to do my spiel, talk about me and my channel for a while, and then we'll dive into the topic of the week. You guys, you're jumping ahead. It's pissing me off. I'm going to start throwing out warnings. I was in a good mood too. I had my shirt on, my pumpkin spice iced coffee. I was feeling real good. You guys have to start jumping ahead. So, all right. I shouldn't even read chat. You guys just drive me crazy sometimes. All right, I'm turning off chat. Okay, so it's just me now. That's right. I don't even see chat on the screen. I just see me, big picture of me, looking good, feeling good. That's right. Oh, now I feel lonely. I should turn the chat back on. No, resist. Okay, so after I do probably some Great Battles of Julius Caesar, maybe. I don't know, guys. What should I do? I feel bad. I may go from Vultures to the Knight, then do Great Battles of Julius Caesar, then do Kaiser Creek. I don't want to do 3 White Dog games in a row, though. That's a bit excessive. I like to mix it up. What I like to do for my channel, and I think I've probably explained this, usually tell you guys everything over and over and over. You guys are sick of it. I like to mix things up with my gameplay videos, right, and my reviews and all that. So, well, traditionally, right, I pick a game, do like a series of videos on it, unboxing, a playthrough, maybe tutorial, maybe just a playthrough, depends on if there's already tutorials in existence, and then I do my review, right, and maybe some other videos in there randomly, but what I like to do, if you haven't noticed, I like to jump between publishers, and I like to kind of go from like bigger boys, right, to the small boys, right? So, hey, cover a White Dog game and then do a GMT game, then do another White Dog, then do maybe a Hollandspiel, then a DVG game, back to White Dog, whatever, right? Like I like to mix it up, if possible. But the fact is, too, is that you kind of got to follow the passion, right? I mean, it's passion, hobby of mine, passion, hobby yours. So if I see a game, I'm like, man, I want to get that played. All that stuff, the planning, sometimes that gets thrown out the window. So I see there's people chit chatting, but I don't have the chat up. I have the chat turned off because, like I said, you guys were starting to piss me off. So can you imagine someone watching this and being like, man, that Wayne guy, he's filled with rage. Like, I could tell you I'm kidding, but would you believe me? Maybe I'm not kidding. This pumpkin spice iced coffee, it's killing it. Killing it today. God dang. Oof. That tastes good. Welcome, people who are trickling on in. Welcome, welcome. All right, so then after those games, I think that's it, right? Because I didn't do anything else on the channel, did I? Kind of a slow week for me, I guess. I just got the unboxing, the recon of Vultures up, I think. All right, okay. And then normally I would cover a game that's upcoming, a new release, upcoming game. I don't really have one picked out again. I didn't really get to do all my pre-stream info, pre-stream notes, all that work. I was busy digging stuff out. So you know what? We're just going to dive into the topic of the week. Now we are. So now feel free for you guys to talk about it. And I won't ban anybody unless you talk about miniatures, or you don't like Kenny Rogers, or you don't like, I don't know. So it picks a random topic that you don't even know that I have opinion on. And if you upset me, then you may be gone. I give warnings first, guys. Relax. I give warnings first. So been a long time seeing Ancients. Has it been, Chris? So for my channel, has it been? Dude, I love Ancients too. The problem is there's not a lot of Ancients games. There's not enough. I don't think there should be. I know maybe you could look at me and start naming off games, but I just feel like you see so many modern. That's a warning for you, Mo. Don't I will give you a warning. MMAs have to skip the warning on this one with you. You watch out. You watch your mouth. The problem with Ancients, like, you just don't see enough games on them. I understand, because, like, here's the deal, right? You have a modern conflict. You even have, semi-modern gunpowder era, right? And coming up, right? American Civil War, Napoleonics, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, etc. Modern conflicts. You have all this information, right? You can make a game, and you can know almost to the man who was involved, right? Names of people, and definitely names of units, their colors, battle flags, weapons, calibers, all these, all just, right up 10 million different bits of information to create your historical simulation, right? Your conflict simulation. When you go to ancients, it's like, well, we got one dude who claims that there were, 500,000 people on one side in this battle and there were 5,000 on the other, and the guys with 5,000, they held off and they killed like 100,000 men, and then they finally were overrun. And it's like, that's what we got. We got nothing else to go on. I mean, a little bit more than that, obviously, but I'm exaggerating to make a point, right? That we just don't have the information we don't. So I think when it comes to wargaming, sometimes you don't see as much with ancients because we just don't have that information available. And so people don't want to make that leap of faith because, I mean, if you've ever seen, you go to even Great Battles of History, any of these ancient games, you used to read like forums or Facebook on these games, there's always some chucklehead who comes in and is like, well, actually, I don't believe that this accurately portrays ancient combat. They just want to say, like, listen, chucklehead, were you there? Did you see it? Where's your research based on? There's no pictures or video. You got an eyewitness, a source from whose cousin was at the battle. By the way, the source has been retranslated from, Latin into Greek and then into something else and then into English. And you're like, what is this? Is this made up? Is this accurate? Anyway, one of my tangents. I went off on a big tangent there. Check me there. It's hot if you're motivated. Absolutely, Chris. That's what we do here. Absolutely. So, Chris says, I want to pull out my Western Miniatures game featuring Kenny Rogers. Well, you may get a pass on that one. You may get a pass. If it's, I do have Cowboys 2 that Worthington sent me a while back. I should probably get that to the table. I bet I'd have a lot of fun with that. You guys be interested in that though? Western? I don't know. It'll be fun. Fields of Glory 2 on PC. Excellent PC ancient battle game. Yeah, I've played a couple of good ones. I don't know if I played Fields of Glory 2. I think it's on my wish list though. Anyway, wargame accessories, guys. What is a wargame accessory? Man, there's a million things. I think at first hand, when you first think of it, you may, and I can see some of you in chat have all kinds of ideas, is that what the hell does that mean? Who is this? This old helmet. What is this? Get out of here. I don't know what the hell you just said. That is a real warning on you, buddy. And if you don't confuse me, or else I'm getting real pissed. I gotta have a sip of my pumpkin spice iced coffee before I get all mad. Hang on. All right, so wargaming. I think some people are gonna look at it and say, "What accessories are you talking about, Wayne?" I think for maybe some of you clearly you know what I'm talking about, right? But some guys, yeah, you get the game and that's it, right? And it's all you need, whatever. And as much as I say a game should come ready to go, and I firmly believe that, I also believe, hey, you can accessorize if you want. You can do things that are going to help the experience that can't be expected from actual publisher, right? Could be as simple as, I don't know, tweezers. Some games, especially nowadays, I feel like a lot of the newer games, individually die cut counters, nice pre-rounded corners, which we'll talk about clippers. You don't really necessarily need these. You don't have big stacks. You have I feel like a lot of games nowadays, it's like one counter to a stack, two counters to a stack. You probably don't need tweezers as much, right? But if you're talking about Great Battles of History over here, right? I mean, I love it. I'm using these tweezers. Like, I am using tweezers. You have half-inch counters. You got stacks of them. You're going to use these. And, if you're like feeling like you need a little bit more, you could use these that I picked up. Yes, actual size. So not a trick of the camera. Not holding one really close and one really far away. So, sometimes if you're like, I don't know, these are the vaunted yellow banded ones that the general, whatever, very nice. It has a light in the middle, which I literally never use because I don't play my war games in the dark. I think it's asking to go blind. But, if you need a little something more, you need to reach across the table. If you're not playing solitaire, say you're playing an opponent and they're about to make a move you don't like, with these, you could reach across the table, get them in the eye really quick, distract them, maybe reach across, move their units when they're not, You're not paying attention. Oh no, yeah. I know you want to make that flank attack, but it looks like looks like your men over there, they're not in position. Yeah, I don't know. You must have made a mistake. So anyway, so tweezers, classic. You always need. I mean, tweezers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tweezers are awesome. Yep. Nah, leave it in there just in case. You never know. You do a flank attack with those tweezers alone, says Harry. Yeah, they're vicious. They're vicious. So absolutely. Ooh, what's for say? I'm using deep dish ice cube trays for chip pulls and have lids in the middle so I can store the chits later. That's kind of an evil genius idea. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. What's something else, the wargamers? What do we do usually in a lot of our games? We roll dice. We love rolling dice. Not every game has dice. Falters lead the way, does not. But that's okay. You know what? For games that do have dice, and many of them do, you have dice towers. Now I have 3 here. I have kind of my OG that I bought, my first one. I have one that I went to and I started getting more into like wargaming specifically. And then I have my one I've been using now and I'm using for a while and I absolutely love. So starting off, you have this nice, easy, inexpensive plastic one put together by me. Beautiful, wonderful. Thing was probably what, $10. I think I almost want to say it's like Upper Deck or Ultra Pro or whatever, like the card sleeves. I think it's that company. So I have some mats of theirs. I have some random stuff, usually more for like Magic the Gathering. But I like their sleeves a lot. But this was from them. So just a nice simple one, nice and easy. Comes, all the pieces are separate when it comes. So it comes in like a flat envelope. Again, inexpensive shipping. It worked for me. But I needed something a little different, a little bit more theme on it. So after a while, this thing will fall. These other tweezers slash lance is gonna go flying. I picked up this bad boy from old White Dog Games. Actually, I think they sent it to me when I ordered a couple games or something. I don't remember. But point is, nice little branded White Dog Games, right? We just talked about them. We got them on the table over here. By the way, the stream is sponsored by White Dog Games. Like Kennedy, I expect a check in the mail. None of the other checks from anyone have ever arrived, so maybe this one will happen. All right, so, but 2 things. One, and I love it, don't worry, but the base part's not very large. And much like the plastic one, that's got no bottom, right? So you roll, and like Mo's saying, it must be loud. It is. They're louder. Damn it. Robert snuck in. Kilroy was here. We got check in. My ban list must have been, I think YouTube just wiped it or something. I got to go back through. Anyway, so you're rolling, and look, the dice will come flying out, and they hit there on the table. And because you see these kind of like little, because they're short here, or like the actual tray part where the die comes through and lands is all tiny, I had dice popping out like crazy. So as much as I love White Dog Games, and I liked, my OG, had fun with this one, it's definitely time. We're out of space over all this crap. Should put another table up here. I knew it was time for a big boy, and that's where I got this beast. Boom! So this is the one I use. So many things I love about this one. The one thing I don't, it's also loud. It's loud. But here's the deal. I'm rolling dice. I'm probably yelling, probably because I blew a die roll and rolled a 1 or something. But I still love dice towers, and I love this one. It's bigger. It's more epic. And it's got this big old tray in the bottom. Now it actually comes apart easy because it's supposed to lay down in there for easy transport or something. I don't know, in case you were traveling wargamer, I guess, or gamer in general, right? But otherwise it slides right in there, so it's movable. You could glue it if you wanted to. I don't care about that because I just set it up I can move it easy, set up on my table. But a nice thing is it has this nice long tray at the bottom. So when the dice come flying out there, most of the time they stay in there. Every now and then they bounce out still. It annoys me, but it's okay. And this felt, so it didn't come with the felt. My wife put that in there. Thank you, honey. Love you so much. I think it's because she was being super sweet and just wanted to I had commented that it was kind of loud. It probably was self-preservation for her ears. She probably was sick of hearing this damn thing and decided to put that in there, for me, right? You know how that goes. Either way, This is my bad boy. I love this guy. Big old dice tower. I've had people ask me, like, where's that dice tower? Where'd you get it from? I want to say off Etsy. Um, Again, we had the plastic one from like Ultra Pro with the White Dog one you get from White Dog Games. You could anyway. I don't know if you still can. And this bad boy from someone off Etsy. I just don't know who it was. Wish I could remember. All right, I suppose I'll read chat. I'll pull chat back up, guys. Yeah, I gave you guys a warning not to piss me off, so I'm going to go back to chat here, and we're going to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, you got to get out of here, Kilroy. Oh man, I noticed you had some wargame videos on your channel though, something that weren't book games. That was nice to see. I figured all you play was book games from now on. I didn't know you could handle real war games. So I need one of those. Yeah, I need a line of sight tool because if you guys saw my video playing Storming the Gap, World of War 5 series, I'm over here with this bad boy trying to like line it up. I'm like, is this from one hex to the other? How does this work? And then I just got pissed and just started playing it anyway. So, which, you know what? Hey, I was playing solitaire, so you know what? I can play. I don't have to follow all the rules anyway. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. They do. I love it. I love a dice tower. You know, I never used to believe in them, and then weirdly, I don't know. I swear, I must have saw them in some video or something, and then I just said, you know what? I love that idea, and I got one, and now I don't turn back. Mm-hmm. You love that sound, right? I don't know. Good luck. Stay off the streets right now, or maybe now's a safe time to go in the streets. I don't know. Yeah, I know there's some. Mo says I want to get a nice wood one at some point, a war game themed one with Marine Corps engravings, of course. Of course, for you, Mo. I think isn't there a guy on Facebook, like one of the Facebook groups? I always see him posting like he makes good game specific ones. You want Marine Corps, but like I mean, I'm sure you could do that, right? Feel like he makes some pretty cool looking ones that either for a specific game, ASL, Warfighter, whatever. I'm gonna hit him up. I do not know his name though. Keep a cheap sheet of unit IDs and size on my table. So getting used to it all. Just had to look up what 3 is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember any of that shit stuff. It's hard to remember that stuff. I mean, maybe if you served in the military. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mo. I don't know his name. I wish I did, so I could just tell you his name, so you may can help you out a little bit. But I know he may be in Spain. Maybe I'm not sure. He may live overseas. But I mean, I swear I see him making these dice towers and sending them to people in the United States, I think. So worth checking out, worth researching a little bit anyway. But yeah, what I was saying, Christopher, maybe if you're in the military, maybe you remember all that stuff. I don't know how prevalent that stuff is for actually in the military. I still struggle with it. I've been playing war games for years now, not as many years as some of you old fogies, but you know, a few years. If I could read that, you'd get a warning. I'd be pissed at you. Charles says, when I need to be quiet, got an old metal baking pan. Oh, it doesn't sound good. 8 inches long, 3.5 inches across, 2.5 inches deep. Lined it with some thin, hard foam. Silence is golden at 1 a.m. That's what I imagine. Silence is golden. Hey, if it works, it works. If it works, it works. There we go. Tom, I knew one of you guys would know. You guys gotta be useful for something besides hassling me. Mario Mario Aceto. Check him out on Facebook for Dice Towers. Again, I don't know the specifics. I have not hit him up for one just because I just like that one I got off Etsy. But I can see myself maybe getting a custom one. Obviously, something. I don't know what he does. Blue line flag, probably. Pretty cool. Actually, that'd be really cool. Gotta be honest, that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so we can talk about dice towers. What about the dice themselves? Now, I'm gonna just show you a handful of dice. I got literally so many dice. Used to play, Dungeons and Dragons. Played plenty of board games in general before. But what about Wargame specific dice? Well, luckily for you, they make them. And now these are, and there's other different ones. I know DVG makes some as well. They're a little bigger than these, although these I can get in bigger variety, and you get more for your $1. So sorry, DVG, I had to do it. Actually, I was going to buy a bunch of DVD ones, and then they were out of stock. So I was like, sorry, bro. That's right. Custom Nation dice. So we have, and I'll bust them out of the package if it glares too much there for you guys. Obviously, U.S. star. These are bolt action. German, the old iron cross there. Soviet Union, hammer and sickle. I don't like the Japanese bolt action one as much as the DVG ones. I got them over there. But getting your, hey, you got a dice tower? I love to bust out these dice, and I've got, and even as something as simple as I have blue dice. Say I'm playing a Civil War game, American Civil War. I'll have blue dice when I'm rolling for the Union. I'll have, gray dice when I'm rolling for the Rebels. Why not, right? Why not mix it up, add a little flavor, add a little fun to it. Mo says, I have several sets of Twilight Circle dice I have for NATO. Although at home I use my gravity dice, blue and red, of course. Welcome. Howdy. Glad I made it. I don't have wargaming sunglasses, though. Hey, that's the number one accessory. I'll be selling them after the show. $49.99 plus shipping. Kilroy, Robert, still here somehow. I can't figure out how to ban people. Let's see. Right click. No, it doesn't work. I can't figure out how to ban people through StreamYard. So he'll be around for a while. Sorry, folks. Iced coffee or moonshine with the mud mixture. Although, when I moved down here, it's a funny story. I moved down here, and I didn't realize how much of the South there is here. I was like, well, it's in Missouri, it's the Midwest, this and that. I'm telling you, and well, Kilroy, because you live about an hour west of me, right around the same latitude, right? No, longitude, latitude. It's kind of southern here sometimes, like a weird mix of like Midwest and the South. So sometimes it's very Midwestern style, but sometimes, dude, some of these people out in the hills, like they'll make you moonshine. I literally, not to keep this between us guys, but may have bought a couple jars, mason jars full of some sort of beverage, strong beverage, from a guy that my wife worked with. No longer works there with her, but yeah, and it was pretty good, pretty strong, but pretty good. Did not go blind. I do have eyesight behind these glasses. Chris says, if anyone knows of a die that have the World War I nations on the one pip, please let me know. Thanks. I have the one on the one pip. Robert asks, do you always keep the nation dice separate or use them over various games? Do you always keep the nation dice separate? And see, I really can't read, actually. Turns out I can't read. Do you always keep the nation dice separate and use them over various games? Yes. So when I first kind of picked them up, I used to leave dice in the games, right? So I would get a Civil War game, and I would, and by the way, I'm an American, so as you can see, so when I say Civil War, I mean American Civil War, but it's a whole other word to say, and as much as, I love saying American, sometimes I just say Civil War for short. So just please understand, if I say a Civil War, I'm 99% chance talking about the American Civil War. So when I'm playing American Civil War, and I pick up those games, I used to put the dice, like leave the blue and gray, and hey, if my connection gets a little spotty here, it looks like I'm having a little trouble with the internet, my apologies. We'll get it fixed up, but I will, what was I thinking? I will, my internet got messed up, and I got Robert over here, and he should have been banned ages ago. I'm getting all befuddled over here. Anyway, I used to put the dice in the games, and I realized I was like running out of dice. I was like, I'm not going to keep buying all these dice when games do come with their own dice. I just like to use these ones specific just for a little extra flavor, a little taste of it. So I keep them separate. You get muddy looking, like your coffee. Yeah. I think it may be clearing up now. I think what happened because of like I told you guys in my haste to get going here, dude. I didn't even turn off I didn't turn off Steam. You know, Steam gotta have gaming on Steam, right? BattleNet, my Xbox Game Pass stuff, dude. I got everything on right now. That's probably not helping. This is rookie day today, guys. Origin is on. I'm turning everything off right now. Yeah, this is a professional outfit, guys. You tune. There's a reason you guys tune in, and that's because this is the got to be the most professional live stream. Oh, Epic Game Store. I don't even know why I have that installed. Oh, Galactic Civilizations 4. That's why. All right, those are all turned off. Internet. Maybe that'll be it. Okay. And I see that maybe Mo already answered this. The source for blue, gray, red dice, etc. And then Mo mentioned Chessex pounded dice, and then get a pounded D6. Yeah, so you can do that. Chessex pounded dice would be like all of them, or you get the D6 pound. You can go on Amazon and search dice. I search for like colored dice. I think that's what I did. So it wasn't Chessex brand. So besides these, again, these are bolt action branded dice. I mean, not on the dice, thank God. But I just want to. You can go on Amazon and you can search like colored dice, and you're gonna find literally like you'll get 1,000 dice or 500 dice, and you'll have like 100 of each color, or maybe less than that. Maybe it's more like 20 of each color. You get 100 dice, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Spend $20, get the dice. You're good to go for basically forever. So. And breaking your firewall and defense, I may have disabled some reason. Yeah. I mean, I use computers. I use them at work. I use them here, but I'm not an expert. So when the firewalls go down and the settings get messed up, it's just I get a little confused for a minute. It happens. So Chris says 12 millimeter Chessex dice have such a wide selection of colors. As long as you don't mind getting 36 of the same color. The little. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but yeah, it's like from 36 of them. I guess if you want to support more of a hobby store, right? Miniature Market, Noble Knight, Miniature Market, just up the road for me. Well, like 3 hours up the road in St. Louis, but you get it. This is why Mo is a true wargamer, and I'm just a poser. So Mo says from Mo's game table, just understand that custom dice aren't balanced. Same with most dice. They're cheap and not always balanced. You'll notice some roll high, some roll low. That's unbalanced. Gravity dice or casino dice are more balanced, get better results. Mo is a true war gamer. Imagine Mo has like the little thing to like measure each side of the die. What is that? The little caliper or whatever. And he's like, okay, this is 0.6 millimeter. Okay, this one is offset. Oh, chucks it. Remember when I threw devil boats into the trash because I thought the game sucked? Mo has a trash bin just for the dice that don't meet his high quality standards. He's like, these have to be 100% perfect. And if they're not, they're going in the bin. And not the good bin either. We're talking the trash bin. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I missed the comment. So talking about where we live here, me and Kilroy live because we're really close together. Very mixed Midwest barbecue, but with squirrel and moonshine. Yeah, it's basically it. It's like Midwest barbecue, some Midwest accents, and then some like Southern accents. You get some hick accents out here too. You'll start working with people. I'm like, where are you from? Thinking maybe they're from farther south. Oh no, they're from here. They live like I grew up here. Grew up here my whole life. I'm like, what? Like, what the hell? You sound crazy. But some good people here too. Yeah, that's my experience. So unless every die I buy from these places is bad, I think there's some maybe that's what it is. Actually, you know what, Mo, you're onto something. I think every die I've ever purchased is unbalanced against me. You got it. If it's not my fault, it's the dice fault. I'm chucking them all. I'm doing a dice purge, guys. After this stream, we're doing a dice purge. Maybe I'll leave the stream on so you can see me reset them all. But yeah, Mo's got to make sure because that they're fair. They're fair. He's like, I've checked these. I've had them scientifically balanced. Glenn likes clear or transparent dice so you can see the imperfections inside. No, you don't want that. No, you don't want to see that. You want the unknown imperfections, right? You don't want to know that your dice are screwing you over. All right. So besides dice, because dice are wonderful. I don't know why I wouldn't just keep talking about it. Make a whole show about dice. Let me grab my scissors. I make some room for this stuff. What else? What other accessories? Well, other things you use. What are things you use on the map? Um, how about, I don't know, colored cubes? Ooh, look at these colored cubes. Very pretty. Why do you need a bunch of colored cubes for? I don't know. Maybe for victory point objectives. Boom. Victory point hexes. Hex encounter games especially. Love using these cubes. I took like most of the red ones out, so you don't see any red ones here. And again, I think I got this off, you can see, I think I got this off Amazon. So you guys who are always like, where can I get all these cubes? Pretty cheap. Plastic centimeter cubes. I don't know what a centimeter is, but whatever. You get the idea. Little plastic cube set of 500, 10 colors. I have the red ones separate. I use usually those for victory point hexes. I'll set them on the hex for games that don't have any sort of icon on the map, anything like that. Also, you can use these for status effects. You have disrupted is yellow. Go ahead and put a yellow cube on there. That way you can probably, if you have this little tiny cube on there, you can probably still see most of the information on the counter. Related to the cubes, these are kind of a newer one for me, are the bingo chips. And I saw someone mention them earlier. So talking about putting a status icon or putting them on counters so you can see what's underneath. I think somebody's out. I think my glasses are messing up my vision right now. I can't see this bag. So little chips, little round, translucent bingo chip things, right? So you can go ahead and get the yellow ones. I know the color's coming through. I think the color's a little messed up. Sorry. Color's coming through. I need some more of that coffee / moonshine here. Put that on your counter. Obviously, you can still read. It's translucent. You can see through it, but colored, red, yellow, and a million little colors in this. It comes with, again, off Amazon, guys. Just buy all your crap off Amazon. It's easy, cheap, whatever. It comes direct from China, so I'm sure there's like lead in it, but you have blue, green, purple, all different colors you need. You could use them for markers if you didn't have them. Cover status. You can also use these to, if you don't want a big cube on a BP hex, you could put these little bingo chips on there. Whatever. You get the idea. Yeah, right. Nice seeing you over your lunch there, Robert. Thanks for stopping by, as always. Talk to you later. Robert has been trying to get me to play a war game with him for about a year and a half, and I literally every time am like, listen, man, I play solitaire, not multiplayer, or 2-player, not opposed. Solitaire, baby. But one day we will. One day we will. I'm sure we will. Just by accident or something. I don't know. It was. We're not done yet, though, so don't leave. You can leave, Robert. You can get out of here, but done with your crap. All right. Lots of great accessories. Lots of good accessories. Ooh. Now, I kind of... Oh, and of course, so what other things do some war games have, right? Counters. Well, what about cards when they have cards? Well, what if you have... Now, they make all these different sizes of them. Here's an example of just the 3. Let's try. So these are just, what is it, broken token? Yeah, just broken token. Deck, card deck trays or whatever. I have singles, doubles, triples here, and then I have, I think, 1 4-stack. And the nice thing about when you buy like one brands, like these broken token, see this piece here and underneath? So they kind of, if you have multiples, you can stack them on top. So I use these for whether I'm playing Hero Quest. They can't, right there. I'm trying to get out of the way. I think right there, on my shoulder. Hero Quest, or some of these card games. If you have a stack, say you have a sleeved cards, right? A lot of times they slide around, especially like regular. If it's just like the cards come from the box, they're probably fine as is. But once you sleeve them and you have like a stack that starts growing, they get all crazy on you. Get one of these. Get a single. You don't have to buy them in 3 again. You can get single, dual, triple, quadruple. I'm sure all kinds of other ones too. go ahead and check these out as well. Broken Token, and they're nice, cheap, or inexpensive. I don't like to use the word cheap. They're inexpensive for the most part. Like I said, I own a whole bunch of them. Easy to put together. You just have to use wood glue with them, though. They don't just stick together naturally. Tom says, man, I just purchased those Litgo fire markers. They do not stop together. They only loosely sit in the fire circle disc. Kind of disappointing. You got to glue them, man. Yeah. You need the glue for them. They sell it too, says Mo. Well, don't buy their glue, though. Their glue's got to be, it's probably 8 times as expensive. Get whatever glue you would use that you get from a hardware store, big box store, whatever. You should, I'm sure, Tom, I know you probably got glue all over the place at home. I mean, all over the place, but I'm sure you have bottles of glue in your garage, your shed, something, right? Kitchen junk drawer. When you get your junk drawer full of stuff, dig out a bottle of glue, just glue them in there. I don't want glue that dries clear though, please. Or is it going to look all weird? Chris says, playing cards are a good substitute for dice when I'm traveling. For it to bring the dice, and I can still use them as playing cards, obviously. Didn't really sold a separate glue. I'll use my plastic glue for Warhammer figures. Ha. Exactly, Tom. Yeah. Don't buy their glue. I mean, I'm sure their glue is literally 12 times as expensive. I think before I said 8, now it's 12 times, so it's going to be 100 times next time I say it. But you'll just get regular glue, acrylic glue, sure, whatever. It's just the one that dries clear. It's a little plastic flame things. I'm sure you could use any glue as long as it dries clear, though. Make sure it dries clear. Don't use Elmer's paper glue. How about that? Don't use the glue stick that's made from construction paper that your kids use. All right, what else we got? Speaking of counters, we mentioned counters. Here's the deal. I love all the games now that come in either thick counters. We got games from like White Dog Games, Hollandspiel, printed by Blue Panther. They have those nice thick counters, kind of pre-cut out. Very nice. You don't need to worry about them. Play just fine. You have now the new Lock and Load Publishing, DVG, the GMT, more deluxe games, right, where you have pre-rounded, individually die-cut counters. Yeah, those are great as is. Don't even touch them. But for when you're playing something like Great Battles of Julius Caesar Deluxe Edition, Great Battles of History, baby, you got all those half-inch counters, you got piles of them, you got little hexes, you got to move them all around. The last thing you want are little tufts of cardboard sticking out of the corners. Well, geez, Wayne, how can you take care of that? Boom, with the clippers. That's how you get yourself an Oregon lamination clippers. Now, one of the reasons I was late, out of the multiple reasons, just not prepared apparently, was I was trying to find. There's all metal ones. They're like the deluxe, not the deluxe. This is the deluxe one, but the metal ones are kind of the more basic one. They're cheaper. They're also a pain in the ass to use, and you have to actually look at the bottom of not this part, but that part, to make sure the counter's lined up, or else you're not going to cut it properly. These are foolproof. Ding, work for me. They will occasionally break. I am on my second one. I have my other one back there. I dug it out because I thought it was the metal one, but the metal one I have in my closet. I don't use it. I have one of these that broke. Now I've had this one since March of 2020. I don't know how many thousands of counters I've used it on, but it still works and it works great. You got to clip those corners. If you got a tiny half-inch counter game and you got these tough sticking out, you got to clip them. Now I don't need every counter to be rounded. I've seen that where people will I try to round my right? White Dog Games, Blue Panther. These like this. They go like this, and then they're like, I need to actually focus in. Come on. I need to round these. We don't need to round them. I don't care that it's pointy. That's not the issue. The issue is when it has those tufts of cardboard. That's why I round them, right? I don't round them because I'm like, oh no, this thing is a square. I don't care to be a square. Man, this camera. Come on, baby. There we go. Maybe, sort of. There we go. Beautiful. Look at the artwork on there. Tim Allen at his best. So, anyway, you don't need to pre-round those. At least I don't need to round them, and not pre-round, but round them. And I don't have one ready. But you get those half-inch ones you punch off where they're all stuck together in the sprue, right? And you got to punch them out all crazy. And they got tufts of cardboard. And clip in, baby. Get that over here right now. Hold it up. I'll see it. Okay, hang on. Okay. Boom, perfect, done. See, now you can play, no problem. So anyway, Clippers, they have their place in every Wargamers collection, or well, almost every Wargamer. All right, let's see what the comments are. I'm sure we got people who hate them and people who love them. It won't break if you don't press too hard. Yeah, I mean, I had the one break, like I said. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Oh, I'm working out, baby. So maybe I must have squeezed a little too hard. But glue would die on the handle and prevents breakage. Right. So you're talking, is that the old trick where you glue it right like here, that part here, right? And then that way you can't close it too far. Is that the solution? Something like that. I've seen a couple different ideas. Yeah, don't do it. Chris, I just bought another copy of a game this morning through Board Game Geek just to get the unclipped counters as I clipped my original. Dedicated. Do you not like clipped anymore, or what's the deal there? What's the deal there, Chris? You explain it to us. Now I'm out of props. I don't have any more props, but the obvious other big one, right, for us wargamers, the thing that I mean is probably ubiquitous amongst almost every wargamer, who plays these cardboard war games, right? And in fact, you can see one on my table right now. Plexiglas. Now, I have a couple suggestions. One, get a thick enough one, the actual thickness of it, that it's heavy enough to push the paper down. When you use the poster frame ones, I found sometimes they're not as heavy, and the maps, if it's a thicker paper map but still needs the plexi on top, it doesn't push it all the way flat, and it's kind of weird underneath. Usually you can still maybe put some books and other game boxes on top, leave it overnight. By the next day it's pretty flat, but still I usually like to go for a little heavier plexi, just a little more weight to it. Also, it's less likely to move around when you bump the table or you bump it at all as you're moving stuff around. Second, get the non-glare. So I have bought 3 like traditional plexi, and they're all 3 were like, and all 4 I own 4. Maybe a bit excessive. But all 3 I have, the first 3 I have were just regular. Worked great for what I wanted to do, whatever. Well, then when I started filming videos, I'm like, man, there's a crap load of glare. So I got the non-glare. And now I even prefer the non-glare, even just regardless of making videos or not. Now, there is still some glare. It's not non-glare. It's really just reduced glare. But it's a reduced glare, plexiglass, acrylic. It's acrylic. Plexiglass is the brand name. So it's just an acrylic sheet, right? But I got mine. So what I suggest is, it doesn't matter where you get them, get it thick enough though. Mine are, I believe, an eighth of an inch thick, and they are nice and heavy. They're full size. Obviously, they're like, and I made them a little bit larger than a regular one. So it's like 24 by 36. So make sure it covers any traditional wargame map. And the non-glare. Get the non-glare or reduced glare acrylic. You're going to save yourself a lot of hassle in the long run. What is that? Like plexiglass acrylic, 3-pack of 2 foot by 4 foot. So 24 by 48 inch for 100 plus delivered for 3 of them. That's a good deal. Other than, I guarantee they're not going to be the reduced glare or no glare or whatever. So I just suggest getting that. It does cost more. I was looking it up the other day. I paid, so my non-glare sheet of acrylic. I paid $67 on Amazon when I got it, with like a year and a half ago. When I looked just the other day, it was $120. So that's from the same people, right? Doesn't mean you can't find it somewhere else cheaper. I just worry that maybe because of the cost of plastic and such, that maybe there's some issues with that. But I swear I looked up regular plexiglass and it wasn't more expensive. So I don't know. Yeah, no kidding. This hobby's not cheap sometimes. We want all the good stuff. So, I think that's kind of it for my props. That I can think of. I do have. Let me see here. I do have a bunch of these. So, a bunch of these like stainless steel bowls for chit draw games. I just bought like a pack of these. I have 4 or 5 of them total. So game games like and I like having the same ones. I wish they were a little bigger maybe, but for 99% of the time they work really well. The most recent trouble I had was I think I was playing 0 liter, and you're supposed to add in all the counters for the year or whatever, and it's like we were talking about bloat last week, games that have like a lot of content, almost too much content. Man, it was like in here it was like whoop over the top. I'm shaking it up like this, have to put my hand over, else they just go flying everywhere. But anyway, get some bowls for stuff for cups yet, whatever. I'm trying to think of anything else you guys got on your mind for accessories. Nah, negative. It's worth getting, Mo. Trust me. As someone who plays war games and also films them, I can confirm they work really, really well. I think the only issue would be if you somehow or for some reason played at an angle. Maybe they'd be a little different. And I don't mean an angle as in sitting at it, right? Because I don't sit over my work. Oh, excuse me, I'm playing a war game. I mean, I sit back, right, and look down at it, and it's set up. Like I'm sitting in that chair, whoop, whoop, right there, playing on that table. Looks great, absolutely great. Oh yeah, C word. So I have yeah, I'm talking to Tim Reese. Hopefully doesn't mind me saying that, but I've been talking to him about getting some of those leaderboards. I think he may make some for me. I gotta send him games or something. He said he doesn't want to make anything off it. It was like, well, I'm talking about making money, but like, I'll send you something, dude. I'm not just gonna take freebies. But anyway, I think I finally got someone who's gonna make those for me with a 3D printer. Because I'm not gonna go buy my own 3D printer just to make those. Definitely not. Yep. So I don't have what I do have is that I have these. I don't have them. I didn't go grab them. They're over here. Oop, I think my right. You can see them. You can't see them, I guess, but they're right up here somewhere. Oop, oop. Oh, see, those are more of these things. These things, you see them right up there above my nice, beautiful bald head. But then somewhere up here, and you can see there's like poker chips up here too. My fingers cannot. I don't know where to point. There we go. There's poker chips, all kinds of cool stuff. Right here, card boxes. So there's all kinds of more dice down here. You can see the like Chessex, those dice boxes right here. And then what was someone saying? We're talking about card stands. Yeah, so I have, you can't really see them because they're like a really dark wood, but I have these stands. You put your cards in, it holds them up so they're sitting up. I can't use them when I'm filming because you guys who are watching the video can't see the cards, but they're cool when I'm playing. And I use them with like when I'm playing Hero Quest too. Yeah, so I've gone away from counter trays. So Bruce asked about counter trays. He also says for games that are folio originally. I don't anymore. Pardon me, excuse me. Must be this iced coffee. I don't use counter trays anymore. For the most part, it's just I think because what I've discovered, it's kind of with the dice, right? And that's why when I was asked like, hey, do I leave them with the game or do I keep them in the kind of boxes and I, then bust them out with each game? Oh, I keep them in the box now because although I bought a lot of board game accessories, right? War game accessories, clippers and dice towers and plexiglass and all this stuff. I can use that with every game that it makes sense for, every game that it makes sense to clip. Like when I bust this bad boy, it's 2,000 counters. Yeah, get my wrist ready for this bad boy. I can use the plexiglass in any paper map. I can use it on a mounted map game if the mounted map doesn't sit flat, even with books after I've had books on it overnight, which does happen with some of these. Most of them are fine. Anyway, the point is, and then I know, yeah, lots of good ideas popping now. You might want to extend the show. I might need to. We might be here all day. So pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable, get yourself a nice coffee, maybe a little moonshine, or a little rum in there, whatever you want. So Anyway, all this stuff I can use with every game and every game that fits, right? Counter trays, I mean, you don't, right? You generally don't. I mean, I guess you could, but you don't like have one counter tray that then when you open up a game, you put the counters, sort them into it, play from that, and then like dump the counters out, right? You don't do that. You put the counters in the counter tray for that game and you leave it. Man, when I first started, I loved counter trays, and I still have a bunch. I have a bunch of empty ones up in my closet here, probably like a dozen of them. But I realized I was spending all these money on these counter trays, going through all this effort, and then they'd sit in these games, and I'd sell the games, and then so then whoever got it got a free counter tray from me. And it's not like it raises the price of the game. No one cares if it comes with it, other than they appreciate generally if you get one. You're like, oh, cool, it's got a counter tray. Um, and I'm just spending extra money on every single game. It didn't necessarily help, right? Some games it does help to have that organization, and I won't lie. So, for instance, my uh, Corsair leader, although I don't think Zero Leader is in counter trays, is it? I don't think so. I have counter trays for like Corsair leader. I have counter trays for um, Sherman and Tiger leader. I don't. I may not have counter trays for Zero Leader though. So again, you see, I'm going away from counter trays. I'm not saying that. I know it's probably the thing that's the most that like everyone I think loves to use counter trays. I just not as big of a fan. Not anymore. It's just gone away from it. Tom says card sleeves and plaque sleeves for your player aids. Not sure if this is mentioned. I've been driving most of the time, so I can't see every comment. Tom, what are you doing driving, watching YouTube? I'll pull your ass over. Distracted driving. What are you doing, Tom? Close her up. I mean, give me a thumbs up and then close it up. All right, so yeah, I don't. Again, this is one of those things. Funny enough, so I used to sleeve my cards all the time. I used to sleeve player aids, dude. I've gone away from all that. I think that when I started in the hobby, because I really wanted to make sure every game and everything was like tip top, like mint condition, and I didn't have that much stuff yet, right? Well, as my collection has grown, and I literally have like overflowing amount of games. It happens, right? It happens to all of us, basically. If you've been in this hobby long enough, it starts happening. Like I don't have the time. It's not so much the money per se, although the money is a factor. More the time to sleeve every card, to put every player aid in a sleeve, and for Wargame or a YouTube content creator problem is that a lot of those things have caused glare on camera. So if I play a game with sleeved cards or player aids are sleeved and I show them on the camera, I get glare. I get comments from people saying there's glare. I can see the glare myself, and then I get comments from people saying that there's a lot of glare. So, not that I'm opposed to it, I just don't really do it. So, take that what you will with it. Here it says cutting and pasting info from online rules and printing out custom reference sheets. Well, I make my own all the time. But I've explained that, right? So, like you guys can see, I have my clipboards. Clipboards, which I only have 4 up right now, but I took a picture of, was it Midway Solitaire? I had 4 or 5 clipboards here, I think 5, and then I actually taped 2 extra sheets up here of player aids and reference sheets. So I had like half the rule book ready to go. Again, for me, twofold for that, right? One is it helps me to learn and play the game. Simple as that. No matter what, if I didn't have video, it wasn't filming anything, nothing. Just helps me to learn and play. I love when I can play a game after a point. I understand at first you got to learn from the rulebook. But after a point, I like to be able to play without having to reference the rulebook every 10 seconds, right? I don't believe in the idea that you should have to check, say, the rulebook for the sequence of play. I think that you should have enough player aids, it's on the maps, on the board, whatever, that you can get through it without having to check the rulebook for really basic every turn type stuff. Second, I make videos. I need to be able to check things quickly and efficiently. And both those things combined means I love to have player aids. I love a game that comes with lots of player aids, and I make my own, though. Fact is, too, is most games don't come with the right ones for me. So I do a lot of that. I scan. So you get a printer scanner, right? I scan my own. I'll scan player aids in because a lot of times I have double-sided. Well, that doesn't do me any good when I like to have them set up because I don't like to pick them up and flip them. I like to have them set up in front of me. So I will scan one on the back side, one of the sides, print that off, and then I'll have both side by side, and then I have the front and back up. I'll do that for all kinds of stuff, and I'll make my own. TV with YouTube set up to look up game tutorials near the table. Yeah, I got my TV up here. Oh, that's more for just have stuff on while I'm playing. Says, oh, when I do stop every once in a while, huh? Good point, Christopher. Fun to browse non-gaming areas with a gaming eye. Yeah, you can find stuff that you didn't even think about. You know what I mean? It's not thinking of. You think of like this hobby of ours. You'd have wargame specific stuff, right? And then you go to Hobby Lobby or you go to Walmart or you go to the Walmart, you go to anywhere, and suddenly you're like, wait a second, I could use this. That would be awesome. That'd be perfect for this. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, you got accessories. You didn't have to necessarily go on Etsy or something and pay 4 times as much because someone handmade it. Also, they have some nice 1 inch tall ones in crafts area. Using one of those for devil boats. Why would you play devil boats? Why would you waste it if you're gonna end up trashing it anyway? Hmm. So many game wargaming accessories. Well, and hey, another accessory or accessories, clipboards. Talking about clipboards, right? And I saw you guys talking about notebooks and such. Clipboards you can clip player aids to. You can put obviously I always use clipboards when I have playing the hunters or any of those narrative games. Picket duty. You have your crew sheet on there. You have your bomber sorties or your mission sorties or whatever, or even that game that shall not be named. You have all the information there. You want to need somewhere to write something to write on. But like I said, I use them. I prop them up and use them for my player aids because right now I got. And this was an example too of the player aid that's up here. So this was the Vultures Lead the Way. I mentioned the latest solitaire war game from the evil genius Herman Lutman and White Dog Games. And I took the player aid, comes with one double-sided player aid, and I scanned the other side and printed it. So I have the real player aid there, and I have the scan print, slightly less colored ink, unfortunately, next to it. So you can read it super easy, and it works super well. So with the scanning comes cardstock. Print those player aids on for more sturdiness. Yeah, you can do thicker. I'll just do paper because, again, I put them on clipboard generally. But if you want, I have done cardstock. I've also done when I don't mind the glare maybe, or player aids that are a little bit more like I really going to use them a long time. For example, I have a cheat sheet player aid thing. I don't have easy reach to it for standard combat series, just for the CRT and configuring the odds. So comparing the attacker defender 48 to whatever it is. And you'll be like, what is it again? Boom, you can just check this real quick. Anyway, I have it printed on like a cardstock, and I actually have it printed in cardstock in a sleeve with like a piece of like thin cardboard behind that. So when you pick it up, it's like really like it's hefty. It's very sturdy. But it's not for one game, right? It's for the standard combat series. It's the actual matrix for that game, that series. So it applies to what? 20 games, 30 games of standard combat series. So all kinds of fun accessories. So, and of course, for the underrated accessories, a good drink, maybe a snack that's not going to leave a mess. I don't eat while playing, I'll be honest. So not even pretzels or something. I don't know. No thanks. Not for me. Um, but having some coffee, having an energy drink. Usually what I do is I like to grab a Monster or a Rockstar or a Bang energy drink, C4. Those are really good. Those C4s are expensive though. Grab one of those and keep me going and get me all hyped up for my game. Christopher says, for old people like me, printing the rules out larger is awesome. It is. I'll say this: it's awesome when, regardless of whatever reason you do it, it's awesome when publishers put the rules online. Put a PDF of the rules, whether you're making them larger, you're checking the charts that are in the rulebook. Maybe you don't have a scanner, so you just want to, you can print off direct from the rulebook that's online for extra copies. Read it before you're not sitting in. You don't have to have a paper copy sitting on your couch or your chair, whatever. Like you can be, on your downtime at work, or you can be traveling and you can read it easier than having that paper copy. Big fan of at least having rules available in PDF form in some manner. I feel is very appropriate. I agree. I'm okay with when they're maybe like they keep the playbook or something. They keep the scenarios and they don't print those because they don't want you to have those, right? Because they want to encourage you to buy the game. I'm okay with something like that. An example I want to say is maybe is it Scream Aim Fire? I saw that someone was mentioning they downloaded the rulebook and it didn't have they were like, it's missing some pages, and Mark Walker came on and was like, hey, those are the scenarios. We don't want to give those away for free. Clearly understand that. It makes total sense to me. Got our Plexi Beat Wayne. Got some 24 by 30 inch museum quality anti-glare acrylic for sale at $871, but only $849 shipping fee. LOL. Wow, you can't beat that shipping. You got to buy that based on that shipping cost alone. Jeez. Table risers to reduce stooping, or a lower chair, or a higher chair, or a chair that adjusts, or a chair with back lumbar support. Anti-glare sunglasses, just in case the sun's coming in, you can't see the pieces. Put these sunglasses on. Although it's protecting my eyes from the sun, I've been trying to read the chat, and I don't know if you can tell this whole time I'm like, I can't read this chat. That's why I was done with chat earlier. I was like, it wasn't that I was, trying to get rid of you guys. I just couldn't even read it. Mm. Prisoner says, I do not sit when playing. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So you're standing gamers like with like a standing desk style. There's a lot of people nowadays will have like a standing desk for work. I know my wife had one. I don't think she uses it anymore. She had one when she was working from home. We got her one that adjusts where you could sit or stand, right? But she would use it for standing. Is that what that is? Like you to stand at it type of thing? Which actually, I think it's maybe. I wonder. You get a standing desk instead of a table per se. Miniatures days, I think. Oh, miniatures, yeah. See, little duty, I make you weird. I'm just kidding. It's like used to having to stand because of minis. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't think I could stand and play my war games. My back alone would probably snap in half after a few hours of that. So, because I've had some marathon gaming sessions and just sitting back sometimes like, oh my back. So, well, everybody, we're at an hour, almost 15. That's about my time. It's a weird time to wrap it up. Hour, 15 minutes. It's what I like to do. Okay, deal with it, guys. We got a problem with that? Get out. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Really appreciate it. We're wrapping it up here. Say your goodbyes and get out of here. Go do some gaming. The weekend's starting. Weekend starting. You and me both, Mo. You and me both. Get out there. Go say hi to the family. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. You guys do whatever you want. Play some games. Then I'm going to probably play some games after I say hi. And maybe make a video. Maybe I got to make my top 6 solitaire war games of 2021. Keep an eye on that video. Coming soon. The much requested video. Daniel, howdy. And thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. JBX, glad to see you. Tom, great show again. Glad I was able to listen to this one. Yep. Now back to driving. Turn on the radio or something. Joe Wayne, have a great weekend. Bruce, again, thank you for messaging me on Board Game View because I did see that. I know I didn't write back, but I did see it. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm glad to see you in back to gaming. Gonna buy 2 of them. You got the big money coming in, baby. Big money, but again, with that shipping cost, might as well. Charles says, got to see about getting some flea pills for the dogs. They're scratching. Oh, yeah, if they're scratching that much, you might want to get that checked out. I got a couple dogs. When they start scratching like weirdly, I mean they scratch a little bit anyway. They start scratching weirdly. You gotta check that out. Just make sure. Plus, make sure before it spreads, right? Because then it'll just get worse and worse. So, yeah, baby, $11. I love it. Get that Skrilla. Got that Skrilla coming in from YouTube. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, everybody. Hey, everybody, from me and from Kenny, the gambler himself, have a good weekend. Get out there, have some fun gaming, and until next time, everybody, later.